Good afternoon, everyone. I'm James Crumble. 3 weeks of budget hearings conclude today at the state capitol. Through lots of testimony and questioning, one thing seems clear. There's a pretty big gap between what Governor Shapiro and Democrats want to spend and what Republicans are comfortable with. So what does this mean for getting a budget done on time? Dennis Owens joins us live now at the state capitol with that. Good afternoon, Dennis.
Good afternoon to you, James, and those budget hearings continue right behind that door under the State House floor. They're just an early step in the process, but also pretty clear after 3 weeks of testimony, another budget battle is brewing here at the Capitol. Governor Shapiro wants to spend more than $52 billion, and his budget office secretary, Zachary Reber, was in the hot seat this morning. Republicans note that the current budget, running a $4 billion structural deficit, adding $2 billion on top of that, they argue is irresponsible. Democrats, though, noted that Governor Shapiro for years now has proposed ways for PA to increase its revenues that Republicans continue to block.
1, adult use cannabis. 2, closing the Delaware loophole. 3, skilled games tax. And 4, minimum wage increase to help address our budget needs. How different would our budget picture look today if the legislature had enacted these proposals when the governor first called for them?
On what those revenue proposals would have generated over the time from when we proposed it would be about $3 billion in additional revenue that we would be have realized.
So the argument is that's money left on the table that Democrats would like to reach for. Is this the year they actually do that? Do the economics require that? That is the big question in this building in the coming months. Or will there be major cuts to what Governor Shapiro has proposed? James, again, the budget is due June 30th. This is an election year. Traditionally, that means a budget will be done on time, put to bed relatively early because lawmakers don't want to go to the polls not having completed their one constitutionally required task of passing a budget. But again, that gulf between the two sides is pretty wide. We'll see what happens this year. James, as you and I say so often at this time, stay tuned. Let's send it back to you.
Absolutely, Dennis. So Dennis, I have a question for you about how this process works. You know, it's the middle of March and these hearings are now concluding finally, but you said they have until June 30th to get this done. So are they working on this in the months in between?
Isn't that a darn good question? Now they're supposed to, and they've been saying, they said after the lengthy one last year, we're going to do things differently this year. And in fact, Governor Shapiro, after giving his address in February, did have all of the leaders into his office. They say they want to get moving on it more quickly and sooner this year, but we shall see. Something about that deadline pressure that just forces things to come together, or like last year, not come together. So again, it's a stay tuned moment. The bottom line is they should be working on it. Like the minute they walk out of here and close up shop on the appropriations hearings, there should be next steps forward to get this thing done. That doesn't traditionally happen, and sometimes you have to wait until the deadline is looming before real things start to percolate.
Got it. All right. Dennis Owens, live at the state capitol. Thanks for breaking that down for us. Really appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Eric Finkenbinder from ABC 27, and we're excited to announce the new ABC 27 News Plus app. Live stream newscasts or watch content on demand. This is different than the ABC 27 app on your smartphone. You can check this out at home, and it's very easy to use. With a Fire Stick, go to the homepage, scroll down to search. From there, enter ABC 27. Move over to the apps, and there we are. Click the icon and install. It's just that easy.